Daily update, September 8th, 9th, I don't know. What happened today? I finally picked up the lawn tractor for getting fixed. I mowed for 20 minutes and the belt went on it. As is the case with everything else on that tractor. I got the ceiling joists, the floor joists from the attic area removed from over the loft. I made a huge dump run to the dump yesterday. Sorry, the radio's all on, so I'm focused on trying to turn that off. It's supposed to start raining here in, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour or so. I get this turned off.
Clearly it was a factor. Rupert Murdoch, like many, assessed.
Okay, so got the in the loft, got that ceiling taken out. I was able to keep most of them in full pieces. I didn't get the ends cut off yet. You can see there's some of them still there. Some are removed. So anyway, this is what it's going to look like in here. Pretty wide open. Let me come over here around the ladder. Attic stairs. Much nicer. And there you go. This is the loft. All the guts. Oh, my phone's ringing. Who is it? Oh, I don't know this number. Hold on. Hello? Hey Miriam, how are you? Okay, picking up where I left off. Sorry, I just saw, that was my grandmother who called, and then the drywall guy called. He's coming to meet me here at 6 p.m., so I'm hanging around for another bit. I just saw Christine's email about the window things being on a little chain for your neck. I'll go take a look up in, what do you call it, the shed. I was showing you that this is the room. I know it's getting dark. It's just starting to rain a little bit. So you all know my plan. First is get this room finished, get everything cut and out of it so it's ready to go. Then I have to finish emptying the crap out of that little field there, so whoever Rosie decides is going to brush hog, they can get in there. And we've gotten most of that already. And there's a lath pile there, which is good. We don't have to go all the way up the hill for the staircases. At least that's a good chunk. From there, my priority totally switches to my priority switches to getting the house wrap on for everything that's just plywooded now, so that, that's weatherproof. Sorry, that kind of hurt. That it's all weatherproofed up. We're not worrying about water coming in, etc. Once I have all of the existing plywood covered up with weather wrap, then I'll start working on the east end of the house, pulling that siding off, getting that weather wrapped, and once that's fully weather wrapped, then I'll work on pulling off all the siding on the north end of the house, sheath that, get that weather wrapped. That we have to be sheathed before the insulation guys can come and do the spray foam. They are currently scheduled to do spray foam September 28th. So that gives me 20 days to finish that. Since the window order just got put on hold, I'm not even going to worry about the window installation. But once we have the house wrap on, right, then I'm less. It's not that I'm not concerned about the siding happening, but we're watertight, right? I'm not. The siding, yes, needs to go on there as well. That's the final layer of protection, but that'll happen as it happens. But once all of the weather wrap has gone onto the house, before I start doing siding, I'm going to put on the backer board that goes a foot below the blue board and a foot up onto the sheathing, the plywood. Then we have to order the Hardie panel, install all of the Hardie panel, and once the Hardie panel is installed, then the Z channel that we bought goes on top of the Hardie panel, and in, behind the, I don't know if you can see this, the Z channel will go like this. Hold this properly. This will be Hardie panel in here, and then the Z channel, and then the siding, the wood siding will go up like that. So I'm going to get all that Hardie stuff finished before I start hanging panel. That doesn't mean that I won't start staining and prepping the Hardie plank. Why am I talking about Hardie? The siding, which is not Hardie, the siding is wood. I'll start prepping that up in the barn. I asked for TC to order a couple things, like another roll of painter's plastic so I can block off more, and I'm setting up a whole operation up there for staining, and so that on rainy days and days that things are going on in the house and we don't want dust and whatnot, it's all up there and focused in that area. That's what's going on right now. I don't think there's anything else at the moment. I don't think. Doors, when we get the doors, the more glass we have indoors, the less heat efficient they are, just because there's only so efficient you can get with glass. The doors will be double paned, they'll be low E, but filled with argon, etc., etc. But even with all of that, it's just not as efficient as a solid door. Whatever. Part of me feels like those big glass doors are great in the back of the house, they're great in the side of the house, but on the front of the house in the basement, it's a little like we're seeing too much. But maybe that's just me. If we put a storm door on there as well, Christine just brought something up about it. I haven't seen anything in the budget for it, but storm doors, yes, will provide another layer of insulation if we choose to go that route. Currently, the only door that has a storm door is the front door, because we're reusing that stuff. I need to find where the glass is for that door. It got taken out a long time ago. It's kicking around somewhere. If we can find a buyer for the old windows, I have all the frames, all the glass, a couple of the weights. That can... we wouldn't get much for them, but every little penny counts, right? It helps offset where we are. On a totally different note, I had the safety alarm fire guy here today, to give us a bid for how much all of that is going to cost. Is this recording? Good. I was suddenly worried it's not. He was looking at this, and it was just the first time I've heard something positive about the whole project. He was like, wow, I really wish I owned this place. You're sitting on a gold mine. This is going to be huge. I know people that rent stuff like this. You're going to be great. But on that same note, if it's George's website or whoever's website, we need to get that up now and have pictures of the house, in construction or whatever, but so that people who are searching for rental units are looking now, and they're saying, oh, look, there's this place, instead of, oh, it's December or January, the house is finished, okay, we're twiddling our thumbs because we haven't started advertising, Google's not aware of us, et cetera, et cetera. So there's that route. Glenn said there will be a slight reduction in his cost if we go with a security system, just because of the way it's all wired up. However, there's a slight addition to his cost because the east extension got bigger and now has more lights than it did previously. I think that's it for now. I need a beer. I'm tired. It was a tough day, but I got this room taken care of. All right, that's all for now. I will talk to you all later. Have fun. Bye.